said the young man, smiling at her. "Beautiful," said the girl, smiling back. "Stay here with the cases, my little. Just 2 minutes while I... But perhaps these lads... Hey, my son, which is Captain Blamey's house? Know you that?" The boys stood staring, overcome by the responsibility of speaking to strangers. But just then, a small man in a blue jersey and tattered serge trousers insinuated himself from behind a drapery of nets.
"Captain Blamey, sir. Yes, sir. 5th house on the left, he be, sir. You be going there? I doubt he's home, but Mrs. is. I see Mrs. go in scarce half an hour gone. Carry your bag, shall I?"
A dozen people were in the street they turned into. Horses clattered over cobbles. A girl was selling fish. 2 puppies rolled in the gutter. The packet had not, of course, come in unobserved. She had been spotted from Falmouth when miles out at sea, watched all the way in. The only surprise to the watchers was that 2 of her passengers should choose to land at Flushing instead of at Falmouth. They must have been cleared through customs and quarantine while still on board. A green front door, almost as square as tall, with a brass knocker and a glass fanlight. A climbing rose, hipped after its flowering season. Then a fluffy-haired girl in a pink lace cap and apron.
"Mrs. Blamey? Yes, sir. Who shall I say have called?"
"Captain and Mrs. Poldark," said the young man. "Captain and Mrs. Poldark, Jr." As they were ushered into the low hall, a white-haired, fresh-complexioned woman was coming down the pitch-pine staircase. She stopped and stared, and gave a whoop of joy.
"Geoffrey Charles! I never expected. Tell me I am not dreaming."
He was up 3 steps to embrace her. "On verity, I believe this is part of a special dream we have all had. You look well."
"How did you... But this is Amadora. My dear, what joy this gives me. Welcome, welcome."
Amadora was similarly embraced, smiling briefly, but did not kiss the lady back, being unsure of the etiquette of the meeting. Talking, chattering, laughing, the 2 Poldarks led the Spanish girl into the parlour, and conversation was continuous between them, each wishing to ask as many questions and to make as many answers in the shortest possible time. They had come home unexpectedly, Geoffrey Charles explained, so there was no time to write and give due notice. The Battle of Vittoria, when Napoleon's armies had finally been flung out of Spain, had been about to begin when, annoyingly, he had been wounded yet again, in the chest this time, and not serious, but a fever had set in and he had been laid low all through the stirring events of that glorious victory. Then the surgeon had made matters worse by saying no more active service for at least 3 months. So, as soon as the injured man was fit to travel, he had returned to Ciudad Rodrigo to rejoin his wife. And as soon as she was ready to leave, they had taken the packet from Lisbon. They planned to spend 6 weeks in Cornwall, perhaps more. It depended how the war progressed. But it seemed the perfect opportunity to show Amadora something of England, and at the same time to allow his relatives to meet his wife. Seeing the girl smiling much but saying nothing, Verity said,
"Does Amadora speak English?"
"She understands everything," said Geoffrey Charles. "So have a care you do not praise her too highly. And she speaks to me. Indeed, we have made a pact that as soon as she stepped on English soil, she would speak only English to me. Did we not, querida mia? She is a thought bashful in expressing herself freely to a stranger. Something ties the tongue, but she learned the basic elements at school, and has had a good deal of practice in the 6 months since we were wed."
"Except you will be away so long,"
said Amadora. "You see, when I speak Portuguese or Spanish, I hesitate and worry about my tenses, but she does not, and so becomes ever more fluent."
"Tenses," said Amadora. "Who is she?"
"No rival, my loved one. Is she not beautiful, Verity? I cannot imagine why she ever consented to be my wife, but so it is, and I have to show her to you first of all."
"So you..."